Welcome back in. Today's video is going to be centered around giving you guys a first-hand look of some raw video footage that I recently shot for a BTS shoot for True Culture Marketing here in Jacksonville, Florida.
The big goal here is to be efficient as possible. We got a lot of stuff that we have to run through, and if we can have two teams separate, I think that's going to be best. All right, camera speed. 2, 1, action.
Hey, just want to say thanks for scheduling your appointment with Lumix.
Cut. Are you happy with going? Yeah, let's go.
Chevrolet C2, take 5, marker.
Action.
Whether it's service or sales, we're ready for you.
Cut. One marker. Action.
I'm gonna put it at 100 and just tell
Stop.
them.
Go back. Right there. Action.
Hey, just want to say thanks for scheduling your appointment with Lumix.
And we'll see you soon. And as always, there's nobody but Nimnik. Actor begins to do the descent down the steps.
Sure.
You come out this way.
That's how we've done business.
I want to get that thing on the trucks soon.
Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs.
Action. Built for the week, ready for the weekend. Nobody but Nimnik.
And that's a wrap!
Now, my go-to camera and setup for the whole day, which was roughly about a 12-hour shoot, would be the Lumix S1 Mark II. This was the setup, the 24-60, the Viltrox monitor, the V-mount battery, all handheld for those 12 hours. All right, so at this point, you guys have gotten an opportunity to actually see the quick 60-second ad that we had put together for the True Marketing guys. Now, we jump into the footage here that's shot directly with the Lumix S1 Mark II, all handheld, and I just kind of want to show you guys like what the footage looks like straight out of camera. I was hired to do full-blown BTS, and you guys can see right now that I'm outdoors. It's roughly probably about 6 in the morning, and I'm kind of bebopping back and forth in between like filming Sean, who is the director of this project, and then you've got John, and I forget his name, but Captain, he was the director, and you can kind of see these guys in action. Everything being shot with the Lumix, and really what I'm trying to do is capture really good moments in regards to these guys doing their things. We've got our audio engineer who's kind of getting his audio set up. Now, I would say lighting for this particular room was an absolute nightmare, but once again, we're just trying to get that footage. Kind of bebopping outdoors, getting the guys doing their thing, setting up some of the scrim, and you can see how the light is starting to adjust as we've moved throughout the day. Now, this is Sean, our director, and these guys are pretty much discussing the first shot of the day, which was actually going to be inside of the dealership. And now we have Charlie walking up with the FX6 with the Steadicam. I think he's got it rigged up, and he's shooting all Sony native class. And from what I could tell, it looked absolutely beautiful. And let's go ahead and skip here to some more footage that you guys can see. Sean kind of setting up his monitors. He's got his director monitor, one that's going to be passed off to the DP, and then one that he's going to be holding. And then we have our actor. So this is going to be the first time you guys see a little behind the scenes here. Now here's going to be our second spot of the day out in front of the certified service area. You can kind of see the guys just setting up, getting a little glance at their shot. And once again, all handheld here. Now the value in having someone come out like myself to do this for a particular company is Sean wants to showcase his company in action. Of course, a lot of people get to see the final end product, but what they don't really get to see is the actual kind of the bones of the whole operation and how it would flow, how is the vibes, and these guys were bringing it, good vibes, good times, and moving very quickly in regards to my particular experience with other video production companies. Now that was just a wrap on this particular scene, so you can see Sean's kind of telling everybody, all right, we're on to the next. They'll take a couple glances at the footage, and at that point, they know that they were good to go. You could even hear Charlie say he just wanted to double check. He just wanted to make sure that he got the shot that he needed. Guys making their way to the actual third portion of the shoot, which was going to be out in front of the dealership. Kind of Sean giving a little bit of his take of where he'd like it to be framed up, standing there next to our camera op, Charlie, and then Captain Caveman or something like that. God, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I think it's Aaron. We've also got Eli's Imagings back there. Now, that's the guy in the green hoodie, and he was brought on board to be doing kind of live photography of the actual shoot. And here we go. Now for this particular shoot, Sean did bring in the kind of hired talent. This is, I guess you would say, the face of the Nimnik kind of auto commercials and things of that nature. This guy was great. Forget his name. Maybe Ross. Super nice, ridiculously handsome, and yeah, he was our main talent for the day. Now, I did not show you a little bit of this other footage in regards to us kind of setting up for our next shoot, but you can kind of see these guys are kind of framing up. Oh, okay, here we go. Footage of us kind of entering the next dealership, Nimnik as well. Everyone's bringing in their gear, they're bringing in their lights. They've got the Aperture Novas that they're using to kind of blast some light to compete with the daylight, that's actually coming through. Another Aperture, nice and bright for some backlighting. And the guy's kind of framing up their shot. You can see Sean on his director's monitor, kind of taking a look, getting an understanding of what the look and feel is going to be like before we actually bring in the talent. All right, so here we are again. We are back outside. This was a unique shot, a little bit more movement, some kind of walk and talk shoots. You can kind of see what the team is doing. There's our boy Sean. And I apologize, some of these clips are out of order, but you can kind of get a gist of this is more behind the scenes of what the setup looks like. Oh, and here we are at our final location. This was super cool. It was at like a log cabin out in Fruit Cove. It was an orange orchard, I think, and a wedding video. Sean giving a little input to John in regards to what he's thinking. The boys kind of getting ready to move the vehicles around. And here we go. Now, what was really fun and why I so love doing BTS shooting is it's like I'm getting paid to highlight these guys, make them look good. Oh, okay, so this is with the Hydra Alien Pro. This is going to be a car mount that these guys are using to shoot all the car footage. Really intrigued by this. This is something I've never gotten to experience in regards to this particular type of setup. You can see it on the truck here. These guys are going off to shoot their whole scene. So simultaneous, while half the production company is shooting a lot of this stuff, a few of the guys are actually in the truck getting all the truck footage that will be cut together for the ads. Towards the end of the day, we're shooting several more scenes. You can kind of see the lighting starting to change. We're getting those nice golden hour colors. Now, at this point, we're probably about 10, 12 hours into the day, so we're grinding here, but everyone's ready to do it. Vibes are still high, and yeah, you're getting a glimpse of what it looked like at golden hour for this particular shoot. We're getting very close to the end of things. So the reason that I showcase this video is to, one, give you a glance into what the Lumix S1 Mark II actually looks like, handheld, shooting real life. We're on the go. We are run and gun. Now, I do want to say for this particular project, I ended up, oh no, what did I do? Hey, no. Oh no, we never recorded that audio. Okay, wait, maybe we did because it was actually on the QuickTime. I'm going to actually leave this because this is freaking hilarious, and this is just the life of filming, editing, doing YouTube by yourself. But I wanted to kind of jump back into the project because I just quickly went through some of the footage that was used directly from the 60-second little quick ad that we made. But for that particular day, and we're still screen recording, so you guys should be able to see this, I ended up filming about 3 hours of footage, which was kind of comical because at one point, Charlie, the main DP, kind of just looked at me and laughed and was like, dude, you literally shot a documentary. And he's not lying. As you guys can see in this timeline, I'm just going to skim through it really quick. But you can see, I covered I covered every aspect of that day with these guys. And as mentioned, this is like a win-win for me and a win-win for their team because it gets an opportunity for me to work with these guys, all based in Jax. Never worked with any of them. Actually didn't know many of them. And so I get to see them in action, see kind of some things maybe that I would do, some things that maybe I wouldn't do, kind of their workflow, how guys are kind of framing things up. And then on top of that, added bonus, I'm getting to shoot BTS that these guys were absolutely thrilled of because at the end of the day, we did some marketing campaigns and things like that, but a lot of this footage also was passed along to a lot of these guys so they could kind of use it for their own portfolio. A lot of these guys don't get a chance to kind of showcase themselves in action because they're actually too busy working. So when someone like myself shows up and gets some pretty decent high quality footage of them, I'd say they're really excited because it's just, you know, themselves in action. So a win-win for all parties involved. As mentioned, about 3 hours of footage that I cut down at the end of the day to like 1 hour and submitted to Sean as just raw files so he could have. I thought 3 hours of content was just too much, but you guys can kind of see here as I'm like flipping around through it. I mean, we caught these guys in cars, shooting scenes, moving vehicles, Sean giving some kind of motivational speeches to some of the guys, the directing side, the gaffing side, the PA side, pretty much an all hands on deck project that I got to document. And I think one thing that ended up working out is these guys liked my vibe, I like their vibes, and there's a good chance we'll all work together in the near future. I want to say Sean recently hit me up to kind of maybe even take some of the footage that we have here, cut some more ads for him. But all in all, I just wanted to showcase some footage for you guys where you could see that S1 Mark II in action on a real live shoot. Also, you get to see the true culture marketing guys in action. Love Sean. Sean's jacked. Sean's a good dude. He's a faith guy. He's running a great marketing company. And the sky's the limit for what this gentleman and what he's trying to do could be in the Jacksonville or just in the North Florida / state of Florida. Yeah. So you guys, you weigh in. This video is not for everyone. This is a video for, I think, some of us nerds that want to see the capabilities of the S1, or maybe even some of us that just want to see other operations in action. I think there is so much value that comes from watching other people do this because there are so many different approaches and ways that you could do this. I don't believe that there's a right or wrong way. Yes, there are going to be wrong ways in regards to exposures and maybe how you're shooting things, but at the same time, I think if you had a different crew, they would still come up with a great result, but maybe have a different approach or a way they tackled it. And Sean's group had a great way of going about it, and they were successful. I have to say, one thing in regards to the shoot as well, and sorry to ramble, would be the amount of content these guys were shooting in this one day was extremely impressive. And I think I'm a little almost motivated by it because my model is kind of more quick for a good price, and I would say that's probably what Sean's going after as well, where he is going to that client and saying, hey, look, at this budget I can get you X amount of product, we can bang it out in one day, and maybe what in the past would have taken you months or several days to shoot, we're going to come in, we're going to shoot it in one day, we're going to have all the assets you need, whether it's for TV, whether it's for social, whether it's for just internet, you name it, maybe even in-house stuff. I think that that's the approach that Sean's going after, and I applaud him for that because I think that's a good strategy in regards to 2025, 2026, and moving forward as far as video production's coming in the future. You need to be lean, you need to be quick, you need to be efficient. I think you need to be reasonably priced, and you damn sure better have a good vibe. And that's 100% what the true marketing guys, true culture marketing guys brought to the table. All right, that's enough of me. I'm going to let some of this footage run for a little bit so you can watch some more if you'd like. But as always, guys, it's Trey Lowell with Lowell Productions. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like the content I keep creating on this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. I'm all over the place these days with videos. It is what it is. Running a production company, trying to do some YouTube and having some fun and highlighting what is going on in my life and sharing those experiences with you guys, so maybe it'll get a glimpse into this journey that you might have, you might find yourself in, and some ways that maybe you could fast track it or get yourself in some positions that you would never expect. I'm out. Hey, Sean, hopefully you liked that video, dude.